Oh my god, it's that time of the year again, everyone, where it is the end of the year and, we are a few hours away from 2022. I can't believe it myself, but as such, I am going to be doing a bit of a reflection video about the end of the year, what I achieved, what I really enjoyed about this year, things I might not have enjoyed as much, and how I hope to improve them overall. But you guys know how this goes at point. We're just gonna jump right into it. So look, when it comes to YouTube in 2021, my goal was to just be consistent. No matter what I did, just continue to upload. Don't take these long breaks and then disappear for a while and then come back. And look, in terms of uploading videos every single month, I accomplished that. But the consistency part, I don't think I did quite as well with. I don't think it goes without saying that for me, I think this is my least impressive year in terms of YouTube. And I mean that even with last year, because here's the difference with this year versus last year is that last year I was, when I wasn't gone for 3 months, I was still very consistent. I uploaded things I upload movie reviews as they came out and things like that. I tried to see as much as I could. I made an effort to review stuff, and this year, that really wasn't the case. And to be honest, I don't really blame much else other than I just kind of got overwhelmed. I did. I had a lot of things that I was doing, and I just couldn't focus on all of it. Not only was I reviewing movies and TV shows, but as you guys know, I have other communities now that I'm in with the online, with the org community and things like that. There were a lot of games I was playing. There were a lot of new friends that I was talking to and things like that. And it was just very hard balancing it all. And all of those things are things that I very much cherish. Those are all things I am very grateful to be a part of. I don't want to act like those things are burdens because they aren't in any way. It just kind of hit me this year that I just kind of had to prioritize, what I really want to do. And I also had to change things up. The way that I've been doing things for a while, I just couldn't continue to do them. And you guys know this. I talked about this in my announcement video. This isn't anything new to you guys. So I will say, I think what really did save this year for me is that what I watch segment. I think it's one of the best things I've come up with in my channel in a while. And I think it's allowed me to feel a lot less stressed rather than having to review every single major movie and give it a review and make sure it gets a review. Now I only have to do a select few, the ones that I have chosen in advance that I wanted to review, that I knew I'd probably give a separate review to because I have a lot to say about. That's usually what I do. And what's good about it is because those are the only reviews, because they're super long, it doesn't really matter. A lot of the time they're over 20 minutes, but I already plan to have a lot to say about them, so I don't really have an issue with that at all. So, yeah, I think that really did save the year for me, but it does go without saying that for the most part, I was not, consistent in terms of when I uploaded things. A lot of the time, I would be behind in terms of movie reviews. A lot of the time, I would be reviewing things a week, a month after they came out, and for me, that's just not ideal. That's not really what I want to do. I feel like in the landscape of YouTube right now and the internet, if you don't review things at least 2 weeks after it's come out, it's just no longer a topic of conversation. And while people are still some people are going to click on the video, it's not going to be as many people as, those first 2 weeks of watching a film. And that is important to me because I like generating a conversation. I like putting things out when they're relevant and things like that. I've always been that way. And, to not do that this year was something that I was this doesn't feel like me. This isn't normal. It really did affect me in a pretty significant way because I realized that I just wasn't putting as much effort into YouTube, and I wanted to. I wanted to put effort into it, and I've said it before, my biggest thing with anything I do is I don't want it to ever feel like work. And that's why I created the What I Watch segment, because it was in fact feeling like work. And ever since I've done that, it really hasn't. It's felt a lot easier to be able to film stuff and put it out, on a semi-regular basis. So that's something I am overall very proud of myself with, is that even with me being so behind all year in terms of movie reviews and in terms of reviews in general, I still upload at least a couple things per month. There was never a month where I wasn't around. There was never a month where I wasn't uploading anything. And that's something I am happy about. Yeah, there was that period in like July and August where I was like really behind in terms of stuff, but I eventually was able to turn that around, and that's something I am overall proud of. Another thing I'm proud of is the fact that I gained 10,000 subscribers this year is just incredible. I think that is something that, I've talked about before, how much I really do appreciate you guys and things like that, but that really did give me that extra boost to just remind myself why I love doing this. And it really is like the community, the people that watch my videos, the people that comment on them, those are things that just make me feel good. It's like someone got an impact out of watching my videos. Someone got something out of watching this, that really just gives me that extra boost to continue moving forward. And I really love that. I really love seeing all of the support that I got, throughout this year and all years. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and I don't really plan on stopping anytime soon. So it's just amazing to see the undying support from all of y'all. That's something that I always will appreciate, and I'm very happy with how I ended up performing in terms of that this year when it comes to the 10,000 subscribers. Again, even in a year where I don't think I was as on my shit as I normally am, especially in terms of like relevance. I think overall, the fact that I still was able to get 10,000 subscribers, that means something to me. And it really shows that, like, this is still something special. This is still something all of you enjoy. And that's something that like I said, will not take for granted anytime soon. Unfortunately, that being said, this year was just not the strongest one for me. And I think mainly it's because this was a very frustrating year. This was supposed to be the year where things started to get back to normal. We kind of got to a period of normalcy. And in a way we did, but it always felt like one step forward, two steps back, where it's like things are improving, but there still are things that I wasn't able to do. And I don't want to get into it too much, but there were just a lot of things in my life that I just did not turn out in the way that I wanted it to, and that was very hard for me. This was not a year where things went my way a lot of the time, and there were just many points where I just was very hard on myself because of it. And I think what really did keep me going was doing stuff like this and things like that, but also getting to see my girlfriend in person. That really did keep me going, because it showed that some things can come my way. There are good things that will eventually pay off, and that definitely did make me feel really good. Which, getting into that, let's talk about a conversation with Kelly. That's a podcast that I started off with my girlfriend this year, and I think overall it is really good, but I won't lie, it definitely did feel like something that often got in the way of YouTube. And so what I think I'm going to try to do moving forward is, again, be more consistent with YouTube. I think not doing the what I watch segment especially will help with that as well, because very often I would be just uploading podcasts, and I don't want this channel to become like a podcast channel. That's not what this is for. The podcasts are a thing. I enjoy doing them, but my main focus is always movie and TV reviews, and I want it to stay that way. And I think that that's something that is not changing really anytime soon. So I do hope to improve upon that within the new year. Getting to the subject of TV reviews, I mean, I was terrible with TV this year. I'll be straight up. I was horrendous when it came to keeping up with TV this year. And that's something that I definitely do want to improve upon when it comes to TV. I think that what I'm probably going to do moving forward, and I know I say this every single year, but I mean it this time, is I will not start a show unless I know for sure I am finishing this. If I don't think I'm finishing it, I'm just not going to watch it. Like, straight up, that's what I'm going to be doing. Because for me, at this very moment, like, there isn't much of a reason for me to start a show if I don't think I'm going to finish it. And I think that's what happened far too often this year, is that there were so many shows I started and then I just never got around to finishing them. I had a plan to like watch a bunch of like 2020 shows in like the beginning of this year. That never ended up happening. There's a lot of shows I wanted to review, and that hasn't happened yet. So again, when it comes to TV, I'm just going to be a lot more selective with what I watch, aside from those like fall TV pilot reviews I do, because those are really just like, if I continue them, then great. If not, it's not a big deal. I don't normally watch these anyway. So that's really where I'm at when it comes to stuff like that. I'm going to be doing a mid-season one as well, because the fall TV one was so well received. I figured, you know what, I'm going to do a mid-season one, so I'll do the pilots for that. But again, those aren't necessarily shows I'm going to continue watching. The ones that I will prioritize, like, you'll get a review of. So that's really, I think, what I'm going to do moving forward. Hopefully that's going to get me to at least maintain some kind of consistency in terms of TV. It's really frustrated me, like, how much I've scaled back on that, because that used to be my main thing. Like, you guys can go back, like, 2016, 2015. That was my main thing I was known for. I wasn't known as much for movie reviews. I was mostly known for, like, TV reviews, and the fact that it's just taken a whole ass back seat to, like, other stuff, it's just a bit frustrating to me. So I do hope to be a bit more consistent with that overall. But really, I just hope that I'm able to just enjoy myself more in 2022. Like I said, I think this was kind of a rough year for me. There were some, dramas with friendships and things like that, and other things going on in my life that I don't want to get into too much. And it just was kind of a rough year in that way. So I just hope moving forward I'm able to just be a bit more consistent with things, but also just enjoy enjoy life more. I don't want to be, feeling the way that I've been feeling. I think the pandemic has affected a lot of people in that way, where it's caused a lot of people to feel kind of lazy, kind of aimless, and I'm kind of in that state myself right now. And obviously, like, we don't know when the pandemic is going to end at this point, obviously, but, like, I just hope, whenever we start to get to the end of things, whenever that may be, however that may be, we're able to move forward, we're able to recover from this, and we're able to become the best possible versions of ourselves, because that's kind of where I'm at right now. I know I said this last year, but I'm sure this was a hard year for many of you. Any of you went through personal losses, whether that be jobs, whether it be, actual deaths, like relatives or friends or family members or things like that. I'm very sorry that happened. All I can do is hope that the year turns out better for you, because, like I said, for me, it has not been an easy year at all. Thankfully, it hasn't been anything bad, like a death or something, but just a lot of things I wanted to do this year just didn't quite go in the way that I wanted them to. But again, what I'm really trying to focus on are those small victories. Seeing my girlfriend is a big deal. That's something that I was really hoping would happen. And the fact that it actually did get to happen, and I got to see her for 3 weeks, and those 3 weeks were some of the happiest I felt in a long time, that meant a lot to me. I won a Survivor org. I know that doesn't mean that much to y'all, because you probably don't understand it, but, like, this is something I worked very hard for. It was a game that I played very hard in. I wasn't sure if I was going to get it, and I ended up winning, and that meant a lot to me. Getting 10K subscribers on YouTube, like, that means a lot to me. It shows that a lot of you guys still, continue to support my content. It shows what I'm doing, the hard work I've been doing pays off and things like that, and that really does mean a lot to me. So those small victories, that's really what I'm looking at right now. That's really where my focus is, and I think if I continue to do that, I'm going to feel better about myself, but I'll also have that motivation to really move forward. And that's really where I'm going to end this overall. I think I don't really have a ton more to say other than, like I said, I just hope I'm a lot more consistent moving forward next year, especially in terms of relevancy. I really hope I'm on a better path. I'm sure you guys are wondering, worst and best lists, where the hell are they? This is what I will say, is that both of them are coming in January. My best list is not going to be out until I see a couple more movies, mainly Tragedy of Macbeth, Drive My Car, Tender Bar, and Cyrano. Cyrano, from what I know, doesn't come out until, like, the end of January. So yeah, you're not going to be getting my best list for a little bit. My worst list, I'm not sure either, because I haven't watched as many, like, terrible movies. This was actually a pretty good year for film, I think. Like, I haven't seen that many, like, truly, like, horrendous movies, so I might have to watch a couple more, but I will definitely make a worst list just for consistency's sake. But it just has not been as much of a priority, but I will try to make one just to tide you, just so I have something to tide you guys over until the best list and things like that. But other than that, that's really all I'm going to say moving forward. I really hope that 2022 is a very good year for all of us. Like I said, I know this wasn't an easy year, but I just hope moving forward that, whatever is in stake for 2022, it's a good year. We're able to move forward. We're able to enjoy ourselves more. I hope that I'm able to enjoy myself more and continue remembering those smaller victories, because that's what matters at the end of the day. Don't focus on those really hard days where it just felt like no one was on you, everyone was against you, nothing was was on your side, nothing was going your way, don't focus on those. Focus on those smaller victories, because that's what really matters at the end of the day. And yeah, I think that is where I'm going to leave it. Of course, the next time I will see you guys, it will, of course, be 2022. I can't believe it's the last day of the year. I feel like this year really did fly by. Aside from October and November, those kind of went slow, but that's also because I had a goal in December, so that's probably why those months went a little slower for me. But other than that, guys, for this video, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know whatever moments you have within the year that you want to reflect upon or anything like that. Always enjoy hearing everyone's feedback and whatnot. But I wish all of you a happy and safe new year, of course. And that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in my next video, and I will see you guys for that. Okay, bye.